a ton of hesitations. I really would like a partner who's also financially independent.
What's going on, people? We are back again with another Moving Mad video, and this one right here is all about Statler and Dempsey at the most recent tell. And straight off the bat, Statler wastes no time but throwing her partner under the bus, because you see, right now, instead of Statler moving to the UK and them living in a caravan, in fact, they're gonna be actually living in a mobile caravan. Okay, so therefore they're going to be literally living in a caravan and driving around Europe and enjoying the lovely sights of Europe. So therefore it's going to be very small, very claustrophobic. But you know what though, this is something that I've looked at doing, to be fair, because it looks like it'll be a good freaking time. But well, see, here's the thing with Statler, she can work from anywhere. But Dempsey now, not necessarily. She says that she pretty much get jobs here, there, and everywhere. So therefore, in this moment in time, Statler decides to throw Dempsey under the bus by saying, yeah, I'm going to be the breadwinner. And this goes against, obviously, everything that I want. Because obviously, I would want someone that's more financially stable. But yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. I mean, make that make sense. To be honest with you, instead of throwing Dempsey under the bus, the way I look at it this way, if you knew or you know that you've got a requirement where you want someone who's financially stable, well, then don't go for someone that isn't financially stable. It's not rocket science, is it? But you know, Statler, she just likes to open her mouth and just say things regardless of how they make other people feel, because in her eyes, it's just the way I am. Like, honestly, I felt sorry for Dempsey in this situation, but at the same time, though, Dempsey chooses to continue being with Statler. So, we continue.
It's not respectable conversation, you know, when you are mocking God and doing stuff like that in the church. That's, I mean, a sin that you need to ask God forgiveness on your knees.
Nicola is not happy to find out that, well, Statler once upon a time had intercourse in church during Mass. So, of course, he's come back with a reply, which is respectful, to be honest with you. I mean, for me personally, you know, as wild as I can be, I definitely wouldn't want to necessarily be intimate in a church. But at the same time, though, who's to say that no holy person has never been intimate in a church? Because sometimes you do hear some very concerning stories about things that do happen in church, if you ask what I'm saying. And usually these stories are revolving the people that actually work or own. I don't really know what you call someone that's in the church. I don't know if they work there. I don't know how that works. You know what I mean? I can't really say too much. But what I'm trying to say is that, to be honest with you, even though what Statler did when she was in the early 20s may be a bit too far, I'm not going to turn a blind eye to the fact that things do happen in churches that shouldn't be happening. But I'll leave that comment right there.
So what makes Dempsey special?
I'm not 100% sure that Dempsey is special.
And her opinion is invalid to me.
Yeah, that felt maybe a bit on the aggressive side, to be honest. I mean, I'm not, like, I'm very supportive of Statler, so I don't know about my opinion being invalid. I'd like to think it matters.
For me personally, I'm on Dempsey's side here. Why the hell am I going to care about your friend's opinion on me? I'm not here to date your friend. I'm not here to be in a relationship with your friend, and I'm certainly not here to marry your friend. I'm here to be with you, and I'm only here to please you and satisfy you, my actual person. You know what I'm saying? Okay, my girl. You know what I mean? So to be honest with you, I'll be the same. Maybe it's a British thing. I don't know. Actually, no, it's definitely not a British thing, to be fair. I'd be lying if I said that. But at the end of the day, I don't know why the friend is so much in her feelings just because Statler doesn't want to, you know, entertain her attitude. And talking about how Statler's been aggressive. How has she been aggressive? What? Because she's saying that she doesn't care about your opinion? That's aggressive? You coming out and saying that Dempsey isn't special to Statler, or isn't anyone different that's ever come in Statler's life? You don't think that's aggressive? Like, the entitlement behind this friend. Statler, why are you friends with such a clown for? If you ask me, I would have been surprised if Statler's friend was just a little bit jealous because she likes herself a little bit of Statler, if you dig what I'm saying. But hey, we continue.
Is picking up on maybe is that I have had some reservations about this whole thing. So I don't know whether I like Dempsey as a person or not, but I do have concerns for Statler. So maybe that's why the defensiveness. I haven't really had a chance to meet her in person yet or see them together.
This friend is a joke. This friend is a joke. She was even asked a question. Okay, so what is it? What is it when it comes to Dempsey? Like, what's the situation here? And the thing is, how can you tell somebody and say to somebody that I don't think they're special, or that they're different to anyone that they've been with, if you've never met her before? So her whole opinion isn't even based on the fact that she's met Dempsey. It's literally based on, oh, I've heard a few things here and there from Statler, so da-da-da-da-da-da. I mean, if anything, if your opinion is based on what Statler said, then clearly Statler has not painted a very good picture of her own partner to you. You know what I mean? Which, of course, therefore means that is clearly Statler's fault. But at the same time, though, look at it this way. Look at this. And this is the problem sometimes. I've always said to people, right, if I'm with someone, right, yeah, I'm never going to paint a picture of them in a very, in a negative way to my peoples. Because if I know I'm still going to be actively be with that person, you know what I mean? And I know people are going to meet that person at some point. I want them to obviously meet that person with a positive mindset, you know what I mean? And if there's anything that we're going through, we will deal with it ourselves, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that simple. But if you're going to paint somebody you're with in a way that gives your friends an opinion that is negative, well, then no wonder why your friend's being the way she is. But at the same time, though, there's the flip side. Just because Statler has painted Dempsey in whatever light, it doesn't mean that you have to also take Dempsey for that person. You can still take a time to meet Statler, to meet Dempsey, get to know Dempsey, and be like, you know what, Statler? This is what you said about her, but I don't really pick up on this. Maybe it's just you overthinking things. Maybe it's just you, being a bit too much. Because look at it this way. Statler knows that she gets overwhelmed very easily. Statler knows that she also likes to run her mouth. Do you see what I'm saying? So I hate the fact that the friend is acting as if Statler's some kind of angel or some kind of innocent person in the situation. Like, yo, recognize who your friend is. Recognize that sometimes your friend can get overwhelmed, and sometimes your friend, when she gets a bit too all over the top, what does she do? She'll go and just say the first thing out of her mouth. But sometimes once she goes and kind of thinks about it, she does come back and say something completely different. So if you ask me, this friend of Statler's doesn't seem to be a friend of Statler's, because how is it I'm telling you right now more about your friend and I've never met your friend? How am I telling you that Statler's someone that just says things off the whim sometimes, but has the ability to come back and be like, you know what, maybe I was a bit You know what I'm saying? The fact that the friend doesn't know that and she's just taking oh my Jesus. Anyway, with that being said, let's continue.
So it's hard for us to have these big discussions because one of us shuts down, always. I absolutely think we can benefit from couples therapy.
Okay, Dempsey.
I mean, okay, couples therapy may be a good direction. Maybe it may work, you know what I mean? All right, if that's what they want to do, you know? But I don't know. I just feel like they are very different. And I just don't feel like they are built for each other personally, because Dempsey's someone that likes to live life off the whim. That likes to obviously just go and do things, you know what I mean, sporadically. And doesn't mind living life off the road, you know what I mean, like off the grid and all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, Statler seems to me as if she needs a bit more of a stability in her life, a bit more of a routine, if you dig what I'm saying, right? And I don't think Dempsey can give that to Statler. And I just feel like Statler's in this because she just wants someone to just accept her and someone to just be with her and not leave her, because she hates people leaving her, and it is one of her fears. So I do genuinely feel like whilst the friend is out there worried about Statler's needs or whatever, if anything, I'm worried that Statler's with Dempsey purely because she just wants someone in her life, not because she generally has this thing where she actually loves Dempsey for Dempsey. I feel like she loves the idea of the fact that Dempsey sticks around, not because Dempsey is the one. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't see this working in the long term. I can see, overall Statler getting overwhelmed, and in the end, Dempsey being like, you know what, I can't do this, man. you cry and whine way too much. And it's always your way and never my way, because let's not forget, with Statler, it's always her way. Let's never neglect that. But with that being said, though, let me know what you're thinking and we'll talk about it. Peace.